Well, Wi-Fi is definitely not performing at its tip-top form. But welcome to. I think we'll just do a very brief review of the game today between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Fulham. Obviously, losing 4-1. I don't want to sit here and sort of talk about the game for 15, 20 minutes. I think what I will say is that Fulham had an off day, and Wolves were very good. And I think I may have, and I think a lot of people underestimated Wolves. Obviously, Andre and João Gomez in midfield with Lamina playing as centre back. It allowed, obviously, Lucas Lamina was playing there, allowed them to play an extra midfielder or sort of Andre to come into midfield. So they were basically making up the fact that Lamina couldn't play there. But Lamina Stormer at centre back. And I have to give credit to Wolves where credit is due. I think they're a really good team, and I think they'll stay up. They've scored in every single game this season, apart from the opening day against Arsenal. And to score 4 away from home, for your first away win of the season, is a pretty remarkable feat. And fair play to them. I actually really enjoyed watching them. I thought Fulham were good the first 20 minutes, and then as soon as they equalised, which, by the way, was a fantastic goal, we completely dropped off. And we were nowhere near the level that we can show. My one sort of complaint, well, I have many complaints, obviously. My one sort of complaint that's sticking out to me is bringing off Smith Rowe that early in the game for Tom Kenny. I didn't think that TC would have changed the game as such. I think Smith Rowe was harsh to be hooked at 60 minutes or 59 minutes, whatever it was. Fulham obviously made all 5 changes. Anderson came off injured, so that was just good night, God bless. And Wolves scoring another 2 goals, one of them being a 4-on-2, really. Once Fulham had 10 men, sort of rubbed salt in booms. So it wasn't really a 4-1 game, but it was just a poor day at the office for Fulham. And these things happen. Obviously, we've got big games to come, to be fair, and we've got to react. We've got to react, definitely. Tottenham away next, Brighton at home, then Arsenal at home, then Liverpool away. These are tough games. I don't think it's time to push the panic button. This is a team who are very good. Fulham, we're still good. That game is not going to define our season. It doesn't also make us a bad team. I think we were light in midfield. If we had Berger, we had Reed, we'd have more options to bring off the bench. Berger, obviously, it now appears he was unwell, so couldn't play his part. Harrison Reed injured for a few weeks at least. He needs to have surgery on his knee, which is obviously hugely disappointing news. Harry Wilson came on, played out more on the right-hand side, cutting onto his left foot. Iwobi then went into the central positions. Thought Pereira had a pretty poor game. Obviously, him is hitting the bar, not really going in particular order here. I was sort of putting my feelings out there. It was a tough one. It was a tough one to take. Day that just didn't really go away. Didn't go away at all, really. A great goal from Iwobi. Nice work from Sasha Lukic to win the ball high. Well played to Jimenez for winning the ball back on the second phase. Great finish from Iwobi. That ball from Lamina to Cunha, the ball, the touch, the finish, it's just remarkable. Second goal, the third for Wolves, incredibly good goal. Even the goal that Cunha set up for João Gomez, like a really well worked goal and a finish. And the fourth is a nice finish as well. But Fulham obviously have a lack of men back as they try and push. The important thing we need to establish is that when Fulham had 10 men, we were still looking for an equaliser. We were still showing the ambition not to shut up shop, and we were trying to get an equaliser, which obviously you're going to do anyway, but did leave us very, very exposed at the back. Sasha Lukic for me was probably our best player, but probably mostly in the first half. Second half, everyone was off it, really. Anderson wasn't even having a very good game. Then he came off injured. Hopefully he's not going to be out for too long. But it does mean that Diop might come in against Tottenham Hotspur. It was just one of those days that didn't go for us. The weather was awful, which obviously has a reflection on the result. It's always very grim when it's lashing down with rain and then you're losing. It's sort of compound misery. But I think that really is all I want to say on the matter. This is a video for Patreon members and YouTube as well. Patreon is the place to get daily Fulham content. If you subscribe and you watch all the content from yesterday, it won't necessarily be the most incredibly fun content because obviously there's goal updates where Wolves are smashing 4 goals past us, but that sort of content is really fun. It's unique. You don't really see it anywhere else. So it's very much worth subscribing, especially if you're paying for about cheap of a London pint, probably less really, a month for the service. So I really thank everyone for the support. We hit 100 subscribers last weekend and beyond, and we want to grow it more and more because it really is such a special place to be. And this is such a great time. We've got 2 under-21s game next week. We've got the game against Spurs, then Brighton, then Arsenal. There's so much to come. All the press conferences, pre and post. Marco Silva only staying around for 3.5 minutes in the post-match press conference yesterday. Probably should have talked about the conditions of Anderson and Berger, but it just felt like he just wanted to get out of there, and I felt his pain, so I didn't want to pry. And we'll find out, I suppose, in the coming days. That's going to be probably the shortest review you might see all season. Just not really in the mood to give my thoughts any further. Really, it's a game that I've already sort of got over, and I'm looking forward to just watching the next Fulham game. Really, obviously Spurs are always going to be tough. They've just beaten Man City 4-0, but you know what Spurs are like. You just never know what you're going to get with them. So I fancy our chances to at least upset the apple cart. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll speak again. Patreon members, we'll speak again tomorrow. YouTube will speak again in the week leading up to the Spurs game. Thanks so much for watching. And we'll speak very, very soon.